Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing today? I hope you're excited. Today, we got another video for beginning card collectors. We are going to be going over my top 5 card show tips. Now, I think card shows are one of the most fun things about sport card collecting, trading, selling, buying cards, probably the best way to get cards for your collection, as well as some investment opportunities, get some good deals. If you've never been to a card show before, it can be kind of intimidating, so I'm trying to make this video to help out with some things I wish I knew before going to my first card show. It also depends on your location, like where your card shows are. They might be different from the ones I attend. For example, they do the Sport Card Expo twice a year in Toronto. That's a very different experience than when you go to like a local card show. The best way to find local card shows is through Facebook. Just search up card show and it should pop up with some groups near you. For example, there's lots of card shows in Southern Ontario that are put on by like either hobby shops or like sometimes they have them at like fairgrounds buildings and whatnot. So yeah, definitely search on Facebook, try and find a card show near you. Typically there's some of them that run once a month. And right before we start the countdown, I just want to thank you all so much for the support I've been receiving lately. We just hit 150 subscribers, so thank you all very much. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing. We're the best place on YouTube for beginning sport card collectors. Leave a like, help the video get out to more people, and comment down below if you think I missed any card show tips that could be helpful to other people. So starting off the list with a bang, at number 5, we have be friendly and make good connections. It's very important to talk to people at card shows. Go up, ask them how they're doing, how the show is going, make a connection with them, because a lot of the time these vendors are at multiple shows. So if you can build a relationship with a certain vendor, often they'll give you a good deal. You can often trade with these guys. If you're an introverted person, it can be intimidating going up and having a discussion with these guys that know probably a lot more about cards than you do, but just let them know you're a beginner. Most of the vendors will understand. They'll walk you through what they think. If you get a feeling that they're kind of greasy and you don't like the way the conversation's going, just walk away. Just say thank you for your time, walk away, go to the next vendor. And then I'd say about 80% of the people at the card shows are amazing people, great people. I'd say about 20% of the time there are some greasy people that they're just miserable. They're just there to make money and don't want to make connections. Just walk away from those people. Not a big deal. It happens. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the list starts to get a little more juicy. Coming in at number 4, we have come with a budget / bring cash. Cash is king at card shows. If you have cash all set, ready to go and go to purchase a card, vendors are more likely to sell to you. For example, some vendors don't even take e-transfer, but if you're sitting there waiting to e-transfer someone and someone else comes up with cash, I've seen before where people have just taken the cash and the e-transfer guys, they're screwed. Never personally happened to me, but I have seen some people do it. It's just how it works. Whoever brings the cash first gets it, sort of thing. So when you bring cash, you're also kind of setting a budget for yourself. You don't want to spend too much as a beginning collector. I know me personally, at this last card show I went to, I set a budget for $200. For my personal collection, I bought some Young Guns that I'll show off a little bit later, as well as some investment cards. If you saw my top 5 Young Guns, 2022 Young Guns to invest in heading into the 2022-2023 season, I invested in some of those cards. I'll show them off a little later in the video as well. Yeah, set a budget for yourself so then you're not overwhelmed, you're not going crazy. You know how much you have and how much you're willing to spend, and you don't have to stress out. Coming in at number 3 is bring your cards to card shows, and then some trading and selling tips as well. So I have this little case here that I bring my cards in. It was about $60 on Amazon. You should be able to find it. I love it. It came with these little foam things that you could take out and organize the way you want, as well as a padlock. So if I did want to, I don't really lock it up when I'm at the shows because I'm opening and closing it all the time. But when it's put away at home, I lock it up. And yeah, I love this carrying case. So I bring all my traders in this case. Typically, I don't bring like my personal collection cards to card shows because obviously I don't want to trade them or sell them. I just bring the stuff I'm trying to move and show off to people, try and work out a deal. So yeah, this is just have something to bring your cards in. So when I went to my first ever card show, it was back in June at the Sport Card Expo in Toronto, and I thought I had a PSA 9 Henrik Lundqvist Young Guns that I got graded, and I thought, okay, this is great. I can wait till the expo. I can sell this at the expo, no problem. But the thing is, the vendors there are not there well, some of them there to buy cards, but odds are they will probably lowball you on them as they're trying to flip them and to make money. They're not interested in collecting them. So if you're trying to move a specific card and sell it at a card show, you might have some difficulty with it. You might have more luck on Facebook or eBay selling like specific individual cards. Obviously, the stuff that's very highly desirable, you should be able to trade pretty easy. For example, if my Cale Makar Young Guns canvas, if I went to trade that at a card show, I probably could. But if I was going to trade, for example, my Sam Darnold PSA 10 rated rookie, it'd probably be pretty challenging to trade that because who wants it? It is a pretty low value card, so maybe that's not a great example. But the Henrik Lundqvist is a perfect example. It's a PSA 9. It is Henrik Lundqvist. It's not a very easy card to move, so they're more inclined not to trade for something like that or buy something like that. And they're there to make money at the end of the day. So even like if you're trying to trade, just talk to the other people at the show. It doesn't have to be the vendors. Talk to people. See what they collect, see if they have any cards you're interested in. Are they interested in any cards you have? And then get a deal done with someone else that's attending the show. I've done deals like that before. It's kind of fun in the moment. It's awesome. And yeah, like I said, it all relates back to building those connections. And then you probably run into the same people at shows that you made deals with. So yeah, building good connections, making good deals. It can be a lot of fun. Coming in at number 2 on my top 5 card show tips is going to be negotiate. Now, negotiating, it can be challenging, but you get better at it as you do it more. For example, most vendors will list their prices. Those prices are not set in stone. You can negotiate on them. For example, a card at this card show I went this weekend listed for $60. I offered him $50 and he took it. So it was $10 under the eBay comps. I am happy. He's happy. He saves a little on fees. I get the card for under value. It's actually this Lucas Raymond Young Guns that I'm showing on screen. I will recap all my card show pickups from this weekend at the end of the video if you guys want to stick around for that at the end. Obviously, if someone has a card marked at a really good price, don't completely lowball them. That's just not good for anyone, but don't be offended if someone lowballs you. I've had that happen before where I make an offer on someone that I think is fair. They think I lowballed them and they get all offended. Just walk away from them. Like, it's not a big deal. Some people take it personally. I don't. It's just business. Like, everyone's trying to have fun, collect cards, invest in cards, and one negotiating tactic I found is very successful is packaging cards together. For example, let's say a vendor has 2 cards, each marked at $60. Offer to buy them both for $100, something along those lines. They're happy they moved 2 cards. They got their $100. You're happy because you got the cards for undervalued. It's a win-win for both people. At the end of the day, we don't want anyone to get screwed over when negotiating. You want to have a fair deal on your end. They want to have a fair deal on their end. So don't screw anyone over. That's just basically the bottom line. And if someone gives you a good deal, please pay it forward. That's the way this hobby lives and keeps going in the future. We finally made it to the top of the list, and coming out at number 1 is go to your card shows with a plan. It is very easy to get overwhelmed with these shows. There's so much to see, so many different cards, but when you go with a plan, you know what you're looking for. It's very easy to get distracted, but if you have a plan, you know what you're after, you can hit those things within your budget. For example, I went to a card show this last weekend. My 2 goals is I wanted to get some Young Guns I wanted to invest in for the upcoming season. I accomplished that goal, and I also wanted to get some Young Guns for my set. I'm not done with Extended Series. I wanted to get some more towards that. I'm still going to open up some more Extended. I got some retail boxes on pre-order. I thought they'd be here by now, but unfortunately, they've been delayed a little bit. So yeah, get a goal in mind before going to the show, or else you might be just stuck walking around not knowing what to do. I was very fortunate that someone told me before my first card show. I went in with a plan. I wish I remember what video it was that said that, so I could credit them. It was a great tip. That way I wasn't super overwhelmed. And yeah, definitely go into your card shows with a plan. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I did at this card show this weekend and show you how I used some of the tips I just finished talking about. For example, my plan, I wanted to pick up some Young Guns for my extended set. I was able to get a bunch of them from one dealer. Usually if you buy in bulk, they'll give you a good deal. I was able to get a pretty solid deal in my opinion. So what I ended up doing, over to this vendor, I found these Young Guns. He had a bunch of the extended Young Guns out. I went through and I picked out some that I needed for my set. I have 10 of them here. was thinking in my head, $3 each is probably a fair price. So there's 10 of them here. That's $30. And I also picked these ones out. These ones, he had prices marked on them. He had $10 on this checklist, $5 on the Harvey Pinard, and $15 on the Peterka. So I was doing the math in my head. It works out to $60. So I was like, all right, I'll offer him 50, see what he says. He said, yep, fair deal. $3 each for these Young Guns. And then I basically paid full price for these and got this one for free. So that's just one way you can use negotiating. Bulk negotiating, that's a good way to get your sets done. I like to do that with these Young Gun sets because most of these cards aren't worth a whole lot. The $3 cards, yeah, so definitely happy with this deal. And then, yeah, I've used this guy multiple times to help finish my sets. He's a great dude. I was able to build connections, I was able to negotiate, and I was able to mark something off my plan. So yeah, very happy with this first purchase. Another thing is I wasn't doing any trading at this show. I just feel like I'm going to wait till the season gets going, the hockey season that is, to start trading. So my other main goal of this card show was to invest in some of the Young Guns that I talked about on my top 5 video. If you haven't watched that already, go ahead and watch that now. My top 5 2022 Young Guns heading into the 2023 season that I think are undervalued. And these guys were number 1 and number 2 on that list. Lucas Raymond, Trevor Zegras. I think these guys are criminally undervalued right now. Maybe not criminally. They're probably fair for what they are now, but I think they're going to jump as soon as the season starts. I think they're both going to be studs in the NHL. Marked at $60 each. These are actually from 2 different vendors. But I only paid $50 for I paid $50 each. So I paid $50 for the Raymond, paid $50 for the Zegras. The table with the Raymond actually had 2 Raymonds, and I was thinking about offering $100 for them both, but I already purchased the Zegras. I wanted to stay in my budget. I didn't really want to go over budget. I could have bought them both. I decided just to get the one of each. Very happy with these cards. I think they have a lot of potential to go up next season. So yeah, got 2 of my goals accomplished, got some extended Young Guns for my set, and I got some Young Guns I think are going to go up and be a good investment and help me get some more cards. And lastly, anything that catches your eye at the show. There's always random stuff I find that I think is sweet. For example, at the expo, my very first card show, I saw the Sam Darnold PSA 10 for like $15. I'm like, that is sweet. A PSA 10 card. I know like most people like don't like find things like this cool, but if it catches out to you individually, you think something's cool, pick it up. Obviously within your budget and within reason. So the thing I picked up this time around, I picked up a Cooper Kupp rated rookie optic card. It's like a parallel. I don't even know what this parallel is called, but it's like hollow there around the inside. He had it marked at $45. I actually have the bag here. I paid at $35. That's roughly fair. The comps are kind of all over the place for this. I'm not too concerned about. I might have overpaid a little bit for this. If 25, 30 is probably what I could get for it, but it's stay in my PC. I love Cooper Kupp. He basically won me my fantasy league last year, single-handedly. So big fan of Cooper Kupp. I didn't have any Cooper Kupp cards. I saw this card and I was like, oh damn, I'm gonna. So I picked this up. Yeah, very happy with that. So it's gonna stay in the PC. Won't be selling that one. And the very last card I picked up at this show, just once again something that jumped out to me. It was in a 50% off case. A Rasmus Dahlin UD exclusive, numbered 26 of 100. And as you can see up there, 26 is his jersey number. So I don't own any of these cards that like match their jersey number. I thought that was very neat. So he had it marked as 16, so it was in the half off case. I paid $8 for this. I thought that was a steal of a deal considering it's his jersey number, because this is basically like a one of one. Like there's only one UD exclusives from 2022 of Rasmus Dahlin with his jersey number. So yeah, I bet you I could get like a decent price for this if he plays well, but if not, I'll keep in my collection. Neat card. I'd move this one if he did well, but I'm also okay with holding on to it. Overall, very successful card show. I got done what I wanted to do. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys have any questions related to card shows and negotiating or anything to do with card shows, or if I missed any tips you think that might be helpful. Go ahead, leave a comment down below on what you think the best way to have successful card shows is. And yeah, if you guys like what you see, please consider subscribing, like the video. And yeah, guys, take care. Have a good one.